VR games. What are we not supposed to do without VR games? I always found that playing, VR games is kind of like just more or less of an escape from bliss, but, I kind of learned to just have fun, really. What you guys are seeing right now is just me playing some Boneworks that I was playing recently that I got footage off the computer off of. Well, I'm not even sure if you guys actually knew, but I have a Quest now. So, I can actually do some VR playing on my PC. It's just that some things that are not completely focused up yet on my computer are fully made up for that, if that makes any sense to y'all. But basically what I'm trying to say is that, well, as I am playing Boneworks and Bone Labs on my PC, even Blades and Sorcery, which I have a few clips of that already that are just, ready to just be edited and compiled on. It's just that all the footage that I gotten from were on my computer. They were on here. So it's not really much for me to actually really go on. It's more or less just kind of like maybe be pretentious about a majority of the other factors that I haven't quietly fucking made up. But between my gameplay between Boneworks and Bone Labs, I know VR content's gonna be the last thing anyone expected me to even do, since, VR content can get expensive in the long run and can be a huge pain in the ass depending on where you're doing it. But I think we're gonna start for when I started doing this stuff, shall we? A good way to note on how this kind of all went down, and I know the music's kind of changed up from a nice chill vibe to a very upscaling image, but it's mainly because me doing VR content has probably been the most, well, how I can say, put my own feel into my content, basically. Like, I can make the jokes happen, I can make the whole entire action-packed part of it pretty freaking zany if I really wanted to. I just gotta figure out how to get audio working on it, really. So VR content isn't far away from this channel becoming something that's kind of sole proprietor over it being, but as you can see, some of the footage is kind of blurry, not very good to look at per se. And don't even get me started with the quest footage that you get off the rip. That shit is just obnoxiously horrible. But I'm gonna try to do my best to what I can do on here. I mean, I can play this as like a story campaign, just try to figure out how the audio all works so I can get everything kind of working so everyone kind of knows what I'm doing. But this is more or less one of those videos where I'm just kind of asking y'all, like, do you want VR content, despite the fact that of me having more experience with other type forms of content, even though VR content is something that I would love to try out. I just don't know how to get it fully working yet, that's all. But if you want VR content more often, then I can sure as hell try to do it. This is more or less like kind of like a bastardized version of a fucking intro that I can actually do right now, because, well, I know VR content is not going to be something that's going to be the upscale to this channel, because I've had a few genres of gaming that didn't involve me just doing this. But since I know Bone Labs just recently came out and no one really has really progressively fond of just kind of just playing it just to play instead of just shitting on it or having its own commentary thing on it on a weird note for some reason. But I'm just gonna see what I can do for my perspective of what I can do without trying to be such a nodding on guy. So yeah, enjoy the few minutes that I have worth of footage that I can actually use that wouldn't get me killed by anyone specifically, and are more used for my own gain. So here you go, and enjoy what I have in store for what this is. Sorry for the long intro, guys. Peace. Anyway. Some nice little fish I got here. Hey man, give me my fist.
They keep shooting. He's fertile. Don't worry, my boy. You're okay, my boy. Hey, you're fine. You're fine. Ah. Damn. Yeah. Ugh. Damn it. I got it! Fuck yeah! Do it again! It was infuriating. Do it again. This time a little less fast. Oh! Did it. I did it. You can't. Oh, sure. Yeah. Yeah. Oh, shit. Oh, God. Oh, no. Hello, scary dungeon room. There's a person over there. You have to be really quiet. Look at them. You know they're prime in need. Y'all really need the promotion, don't you? There it is. Oh, fuck! Oh, oh. Snuck through that hole. With ease. Hello, bucket. You're gonna come with me this time.